So what did you get suspended for, man?
Oh man, you know, looking back at it, I get it, but I got suspended for passion. I got suspended for passion, just being passionate about the game and exerting it in the wrong way. So I was one of those ones where I wanted it so bad that it'll come off as confrontational sometimes. You know what I mean? And so one time we was on the road, watching film with my coach, and he was telling me something about the film, and I'm already mad. I'm livid we lost. I'm mad we lost already. And he was showing me something on the film, and I didn't agree with him. I didn't agree with what he was saying. And he was like, he said something like, man, whatever, man, you don't want it. He said something like that. He said, you don't want it. And that's when my son was just born, you know what I'm saying? That's when I was preseason player of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's when, you know, the next level started taking notice, and all of that pressure, all of that was building up, man, I said, man, what do you mean I don't want it? You telling me I don't want it? I slammed his laptop closed. I'm in his face. You telling me I don't want it? Man, I want this more than anybody. The fuck is you talking about? I don't want it. The hotel lady had to come over and say, sir, can you come? Da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And got back to my coach. He sat me down, and, you know, just because of that action, I had to sit down, man. I got suspended for, I think, 3 or 4 games. It was bigger than, they made it a lot bigger than what it was supposed to be. I think the reason it was so big, like, it was a newspaper article on this, man, on my suspension, man. It was a newspaper article. Gene Fournette, gosh, man, Gene Fournette made me seem like I was the worst kid in the world in that article, man. Come on, Gene. Come on, Gene. Nah, for real, because he does, listen, man. If you look up some of Gene Fournette articles, you will see how they kind of portray, you know, some kids. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. He really goes just for, like, the negative clickbait. You know what I'm saying? It was something he did with the Jaguars too, just by the way he words some of his tweets to his stories, man. It's so like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so kind of like try to taint the image. Try to paint a picture that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I think it was so big is because one of the games I got suspended was against the Gators when they played downtown, man. It was a big game. It was Patrick Young from the city going against Keith Mcdougald from the city. It was packed, man. It was packed. The mayor of the city was there, Alvin Brown. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like it was yesterday, during halftime, Alvin Brown walked around the court. He said something to my coach and walked off. And my coach looked down at me, man. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. But hey, man, I wish I could have played that game too, because after that, that's when I said, that's when the interview came. And what made it even worse is, like, he was so nice interviewing me, dog. Like, he made it seem like, oh, this interview finna be, like, it's gonna be great, you know, it's gonna be on the feature in the sports section. Nah, man. So.
Oh, the dude who wrote the article?
Yeah, when he was interviewing me. He was, oh, yeah, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And then it was, and I'm reading, and I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? And I was one of them guys, like in high school, I didn't have a social media. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not a social media guy. I just know you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? And for him to kind of do that, man, it was crazy, man.